Okay, everyone, welcome to video 2 for the Wdfx EA. This is just a quick video here to show you how to get the software set up on your charts and a couple of other bits of information. So even if you're familiar with EAs, I still recommend watching this just in case there is anything that I go through. I haven't scripted anything, but there may be a couple of bits of information that I say which are worth taking note of. Now, if for some reason you're not at this stage and you don't have the Wdfx EA in your navigator under the Expert Advisors tabs, go back to video 1. That'll explain to you how to get the software into your MetaTrader platform. Now, at the moment, I've just simply brought up a Euro US dollar chart. The chart you bring up really doesn't make a difference. The only reason why I've brought this one up is because it's at the top of my list. But as with the software, as we probably mentioned already in the webinar or just mentioned briefly before anyway. If not, this is important, worth taking a note of. You only have to install the software into one chart. Okay, most other EAs you've got to put it on to however whichever pair you're trading. We like to differentiate from that and keep ourselves unique in the sense that you literally only got to put this on one chart and it will do all the hard work for you. Okay, so there's only one chart for you personally to manage. Now, if we just quickly go to this, I'm going to drag and drop this across. So once you've got your software installed, go into your navigator, go into your Expert Advisors tab here, and you'll see it on here, WDFX version 12.5. 12.5 is the most up-to-date version currently. So you'd simply drag and drop this across onto your platform. Now, first of all, in your comment tabs, this is the bit that's probably most important and a lot of traders make mistakes on. We've done a few sort of EAE type things in our group before that I manage, not necessarily our EAs, but other EAs that other companies offer, and we find a lot of people make this mistake. So basically what I've got checked at the moment is exactly what you want to have checked. So you want to enable alerts checked, allow live trading checked, allow DOL imports checked, allow import of external experts checked. Okay, everything else that's at the moment that's unchecked on here, leave unchecked. You may even want to pause this video just to have a look at this and then make sure you've got the exact same setup on yours. And under the positions you want long and short. Okay, so this is the exact setup we want here. Now, next is the imports section here, and this is basically just all the functions you have with the Expert Advisor. Now, one thing I would say is worth keeping in mind is the magic number. Now, we've currently got our magic number on 1999. We deliberately kept this on 1999 because, as far as we're aware, there's no other Expert Advisors that we know of, at least, that use this as their default magic number. Now, it's important to make sure that this Expert Advisor doesn't have the same magic number as another Expert Advisor, as the trades can interfere with each other. So, if you are running on any other Expert Advisors on the same platform, then I suggest you just quickly check with them, see what the magic number is. If it's the same, you can simply change it. Sorry, it really doesn't matter what your Expert Advisor is. There's one there that I've just made up. But for the example of this video, just so no one gets confused, I'll leave it on as 1999, and hopefully that's a good magic number. Hopefully there's no other Expert Advisors currently using that. But as I say, it's worth keeping in mind if anyone else is using that one or not. So next thing, and pretty much the only thing that you guys have got to worry about when it comes to trading this EA is the actual money management. Now, as far as we're concerned, money management is more important than anything else. I'm not going to sit here and tell you how to manage your money. There's tons of websites, and I may even put a few links in the members area, but there's a lot of websites that will go into information in regards to money management. But as far as we're concerned, money management is more important than the actual system. Okay, no matter how good your system is, if your money management's bad, you're not going to make a single penny. Okay, so it's important to keep your money management up to date. But legally, we're not allowed to tell you how to manage your money. Okay, so I'll just leave everything for the default for now. I'll just explain to you how the settings work, and then it'll be your job to decide which money management you plan to be using. Now, the default on here is use local money management set to true, risk 5%, lot 0.01. Now, basically, if use local money management is set to true, the lots won't make a difference, okay, and it will only read the risk. Now, the risk is on a percentage basis. So, for example, at the moment, it's set to true, default is 5. So that means, as per default, you'll be trading 5% risk on every single trade that comes around if you've got local money management to true. Now, if you want to use fixed lots, okay, you would turn this to false, and it would then read the fixed lots under the lots section. So if you want to use fixed lots, I don't know, say 0.1, you put in 0.1, make sure you use local money management is false, and it will then use fixed lots. If you want to use one lot, guess what? You put in one lot, keep this on false. Every single trade will trade with one lot. I do recommend using a percentage money management, but different people have different things. And this is done as a percent. I've seen some EAs where 5% would be 0.05. Not the case with us. 5% is 5. Okay, 10% is 10. You know, if you want to trade 1%, you put in 1. Okay, if you're going to trade half a percent, yeah, 0.5. Okay, so that's the way that you'd manage your money. I'll leave this on as 5 as well, just as the default. Although personally I would trade to the 1 or 2% side of things. Okay, so this is untrue. It really doesn't matter what my lots are at this moment in time because this is such a true. The second I turn this to false, I then need to focus on my lot sizes. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. EA comment, you can leave that how it is. That's just literally the comment it makes on the platform when placing the trades, just so you know where the trades come from. Now, display status, you should really keep this to true. Just lets you brings up the information on the chart and lets you know what's going on. Now, transaction ID. This would have been ordered. This would have been emailed to you when you downloaded the software, and the transaction ID is basically just going to be your code. It's literally the transaction ID, and that's the ID on here. Now, for this example, I'm just going to my transaction ID is test. Okay, just for the example of this video, an email address. Now, it's important to put your email address in. Not only will the software not work without an email address, but this is the email address that we'll use the majority of the time to send you any updates or just any bits of information. So you can put in a made-up email address if you want, but I mean it's kind of pointless. So you know it'll work with any email address. You don't have to confirm anything, but it's just the email address that registers on the server, and therefore the email address that you get any information sent to. So anyway, transaction ID, mine is test, email address william.deboik@wdfx.co.uk. I've got everything checked on there. I've got my setup on here. So I'll simply click OK. Now, once you click OK, I've got a problem here straight off the bat, okay? And I've deliberately set my EA up like this. You'll notice in the top corner here, I've got an X. Now, the reason why I've got an X is because my expert advisors isn't enabled up here. This is another big problem most newbies have. Those of you who've been training expert advisors for a while will know straight away what that means. So I need to confirm this, okay? Now, you'll also notice what just popped up there was a registration box. Now, you'll see here, this will come up every time that you install a new EA with us. Transaction ID specified, blah, 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 blah. You click OK. That's basically saying, yes, I want to activate this EA to this account. You'll then get another box pop up from our server. This account has been successfully registered. OK. So now you'll see on here, it's waiting to establish the connection, which hopefully it will do so in a few minutes. It's usually pretty quick, but the speed in which it connects doesn't really take too much time. Once it's connected, it's kind of connected the whole time, and depending on the server load at the time will depend. Okay, so we can see here now we're connected, and you'll see the asterisk is going across the screen. This is also another good way just to kind of let you know that you are connected. So at the moment now, I know I'm in client mode. I've got my connection established, smiley face on here, box up here, everything is now set up. Now, if you do have an unsmiley face, okay, which you can possibly have, the reason for the unsmiley face would be because you've set the chart up wrong. Okay, so just let me give you an example. If I leave my common as the default, okay, and I go back to here again, I put in my transaction ID of test, my email address, okay, and I click OK, I'll have an unsmiley face. And the reason is because I didn't check them boxes that I did in the first place. If you have an X, it's simply because you don't have expert advisors checked up here. So when you install it, make sure you have all these boxes checked, like so, as we explained at the start. Putting the transaction ID correctly. So this will be emailed to you. The test won't work for anyone else, I'm afraid. Only for the time of this video. I click OK. And there we go. I've got a smiley face. I've got this here, establishing connection, and then that will connect for me shortly. So simple as that. As soon as you've done that, I say sort out your money management, get it put on the chart, and you are good to go. So yeah, that's it for this video. And any questions, be happy to give us a call, speak to us on live chat, or send us an email.